Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl B Sparrow, Buzz Sweet Radio, and I hope that y'all can hear me. I hope that my mic is clear. I just wanted to talk about a little bit about Christianity today and the host of Christianity that call themselves evangelical Christians. Ooh, child. I want to talk about Jerry Falwell Jr. I talked about him before, about his bizarre relationship with a Miami Beach pool boy between him and his wife. And for those of you who don't know who Jerry Falwell Jr. is, he's the president of Lynchburg, Virginia's Liberty University, passed down by his evangelical father, Jerry Falwell Sr., who, in my opinion, was a white supremacist. He didn't appreciate Martin Luther King. He didn't appreciate no black leaders, really, because he wanted to keep, in my opinion, the white lifestyle intact. According to this article in Rolling Stone, evangelical Christians love President Donald Kingpin Trump. They voted for him in 2016 by a staggering margin, 80 to 16%, and a Pew Research poll released in March found that 69% of white evangelicals approve of the job Trump is doing as president of the United States of this here America. The fact that Trump is a lewd, twice divorced baby mama, I added that in, three baby mamas or four, three or four baby mamas, twice divorced, former casino magnate, and has bragged about grabbing women by their genitals does not seem to bother the nation's most devout Christians. Jerry Falwell Jr. is a big reason why. This is Christianity at its best, y'all. This proves to me that Christianity is a man-made religion and not ordained by the Most High Yah, nor his son, Yeshua HaMashiach. Okay? This article goes on to say, the son of the prominent TV evangelicist, TV televangelist. Yes, Jerry Falwell Sr. was a big time televangelist before he passed away. Falwell's January 2016 endorsement of Trump shocked religious leaders while essentially giving evangelicals wrestling with Trump's not-so-Christian behavior permission to vote for him. Falwell support for the president hasn't wavered since. He even defended him after Trump said there were very fine people on both sides of the 2017 protests in Charlottesville, arguing on ABC that the president had inside information that could have informed the equivocation. More recently, Falwell tweeted that because the Russia investigation turned out to be a corrupt failed coup, Trump should receive reparations in form of 2 years being tacked into his first term. In other words, Falwell is deeper in the bag for Trump than just about anybody. But there's a curious element to Falwell's relationship to the president that goes beyond Trump's dearth of Christian values. In May of 2018, BuzzFeed News published a story about a lawsuit involving Falwell. The lawsuit revealed a bizarre relationship between the evangelical leader, his wife, and a former pool attendant at the Fontainebleau Hotel in Miami Beach. It involves private planes and an exorbitant loan to start a business, which means they were extorted. Well, there was a guy that threatened them somehow to break some kind of news, but he was paid. They paid him, and he started his own business. A mysterious set of compromising photos, and Michael Cohen. It also may have had something to do with Falwell's decision to endorse Trump in 2016, although this has been denied by people close to Falwell. This week, the New York Times and the Miami Herald both published extensive features on the Pool Boy saga. Jerry Falwell, he is 57 years old. These are so-called Christians, y'all. So-called followers of Christ, Christians that believe that we can do anything we want to do. All we have to do is believe in the Most High, believe that Jesus is his son. All we have to do is believe in our heart that Jesus is the Son of God. That's what Christianity teach. They teach that the laws have been done away with, although Jesus said he did not come to do away with the laws, but to fulfill prophecy. The laws are not done away with, people. The sacrificial law is we don't have to sacrifice animals anymore because Yeshua HaMashiach was the big sacrifice. We still have to follow the laws. I can't stress it enough. What is it, John 2:4 that says, let me make sure before I, because I don't want to misquote nothing, but according to 1 John 2:4, let me pull it up right quick. There we go. 1 John 2:4. This is New Testament. 1 John 2:4 says that he that said, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him. So we have to follow the commandments still. The law is still in order. We still can't eat pork. People go to take you to Acts 10 and tell you that God said that we can eat pork. But that's not what God was speaking of when he came to Peter in that dream and showed Peter unclean foods on a sheet. In a vision, actually. That's not what the Most High was saying. The Most High was preparing Peter for a visit from Cornelius's men. Cornelius sent men to meet with Peter because he wanted to know more. He wanted to know more about the movement, the Hebrew movement. He wanted to know more about Yeshua HaMashiach. So what Christians are teaching these days is false doctrine. They're not teaching the truth. They're not teaching what's real. It's man-made. And so you have these Christians walking around here thinking that they can say and do anything they want, and that all they have to do is believe, honey. That's not true. That's not true. Again, 1 John 2:4 says, he that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him. Another story that's going around about John Falwell Jr., Jerry Falwell Jr., that caught my eye is the internet stunned by a now deleted photo of Jerry Falwell Jr. with his pants unzipped. How many of y'all know that you can delete all you want to, but that picture is not going anywhere? I found the picture. I sure did. I found the picture, people. And I'm going to see if I can't share this picture with y'all right quick. Let me find this picture. Well, let me tell you what the picture is about first before I find it. Okay, so internet is stunned by the photo of Jerry Falwell Jr. with his pants unzipped. Okay? with his pants unzipped, standing by a woman with her pants unbuttoned and unzipped, and the woman definitely is not his wife. This is Christianity, y'all. This is Christianity. These are the people that you listen to for your salvation. You feel me? Let me see if I can't find this picture for y'all. These are the people that you guys follow and put your trust in your soul and your soul salvation into. People that are not spotless, people that are not blameless, people that can't even control their own household, but you follow them blindly. This video don't want to show up. Let me see. So there it is. Let me see if I can share this with you guys right quick. I hope y'all like my little B Sparrow Buzz Tweet radio intro in the beginning. It's a video, but I kept it still. So let me share this right quick. Let me see if I can get this in here. Stop screen. Application window. Boom. So this is the picture. Let's see if I can make it bigger. Of Jerry Falwell Jr. with his pants unzipped. She got her pants unbuttoned. And look at what's in his hand. Look at what's in his hand. He says it's colored water. He didn't even say that it was a Dr. Pepper or a Coke. But he said that it's colored water. These are Christians, y'all. Why would you put yourself in this position and you are a supposed pastor or evangelist? Why would you put yourself out there like this for somebody to put blame on you? You are supposed to be spotless, no blame. But look at you. This is not your wife. This is not your wife. But look at you. Huh? Christianity at its best, y'all. This is not his wife. Jerry Falwell Jr. Falwell Jr. This is who you put your soul, trust, and salvation into, y'all. This is evangelical Christianity. I keep telling y'all, Christianity is a man-made religion. Here's what the article is saying. They think the video was deleted. I found it. If I found it, anybody can find it. Internet stunned by now deleted photo of Jerry Falwell Jr. with his pants unzipped. A Houston Chronicle reporter posted what appears to be a screenshot from Liberty University President Jerry Falwell Jr., his Instagram account, and it's going viral on social media. The unconfirmed photo appears to be of Falwell Jr., look like him to me, and ain't no appears, with his arm around a young woman, his pants unzipped with underwear showing, her pants unbuttoned with her whole belly showing, and he's holding a glass. The caption reads, "More vacation shots. Lots of good friends visited us on the yacht." The same yacht that they befriended the pool boy and took him places on, him and his wife. By the way, that's not his wife in the picture. Lots of good friends visited us on the yacht. I promise that's only black water in my glass. It was a prompt only. Black water. Why would you put yourself in this position as a Christian? He didn't even say that it was a Dr. Pepper or a Coke or a cola. He said black water. What is black water? Robert Downing, whose bio says he reports on all things faith and religion for the Houston Chronicle, tweeted out this screenshot. Downing says the post is real, citing 3 sources. Relevant Magazine, which says it is the leading platform reaching Christian 20 and 30-somethings, also called it a bizarre Instagram post. These are your evangelical Christians, y'all. The ones that walk around here claiming to be believers in Christ and claiming to be followers of Christ. These are the same people that hold church services on Sunday, the same people that be on yachts taking pictures with women who are not their wives and husbands, and women taking pictures with men who are not their husbands. And these are evangelical Christians. These are Christians. These are so-called Christians. Again, 1 John 2:4. He that saith, I know him and keepeth not his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him. These are your evangelical Christians that you put your soul salvation in. Pulpit and Pen News, which says it is a media outreach of the Fellowship Baptist Church, also reported on the photo, saying, to say that this behavior is unbecoming and scandalous for a president of a Christian university is an understatement. They say Falwell Jr. also posted and then deleted a video of they described as trailer park boards on a yacht. Woo! These are some of the responses on Twitter, right? They went in on them. Miss Betty Bowers said, first the pool boy, now this unzipped drunken debauchery. Are you starting to finally understand why Christian, quote, Christian, unquote, scold Jerry Falwell Jr. has no problem supporting the adulterous liar Donald J. Trump? Birds of a feather stop together, I tell you. Jimmy Humphrey says, it's interesting that Jerry Falwell felt the need to explain that he's drinking over the other more obvious issues here. That he's drinking. Right. He didn't even say nothing about the woman that's not his wife with her pants unbuttoned too. He mentioned the black water drink. Well, what about the woman that's standing beside you that's not your wife, Christian evangelicus or evangelical Christian? I tell you, boy, these Christians. Someone else said, Jerry Falwell Jr. just posted a picture of himself in his underwear, so we have officially reached the low points of 2020. It has got to get better, right? Right? No, it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. Alexander M. Green says the impulse is to laugh and discuss horror at the photo, but it should actively anger you on behalf of the students who have faced significant consequences on campus for the same actions. Exactly. Back in the day, Jerry Falwell Sr. was against homosexuality, openly against homosexuality, you know, preaching against it, very open about it. But come to find out, some of the professors on his campus were sleeping with young boys. And when that happened, he tried to, he had a meeting with the LGBTQRS community and decided that he don't want to judge them anymore, that he want to, you know, play on the playing level field with them. This is your evangelical Christians, y'all. I keep telling y'all. Again, Christianity is a man-made religion. And if y'all keep following the rules and laws of Christianity, they're going to lead you right into the pit of fire. These are the same people that persecuted our Hebrew ancestors back in the day and claimed they were persecuting Christians. How they going to persecute Christians and they Christian themselves? Roman Catholics Christian themselves. That don't make sense. They persecuted Hebrew, black people. Hebrew, your ancestry, so-called African American. That's who they were persecuting. The evangelical Christians were persecuting Hebrews, not Christians. Someone else said, nothing to see here, folks. Just Reverend Jerry Falwell Jr. posing with his pants open with a woman who isn't his wife, also with her pants open, partying it up on a billionaire's yacht and making fun of people who live in trailer parks, just like Jesus. Exactly. They persecuted Jesus, same people. These evangelicals, these evangelical Christians, they persecuted Jesus. But then turn around and call themselves Christian. Makes no sense, folks. Makes no sense. And I'm not going to finish reading these comments, but there are a lot of comments about Jerry Falwell Jr. and his behavior on a yacht. This is a reverend, a pastor, a president of a Christian, so-called Christian college, Liberty University. This is who y'all put y'all soul truth in. These are the people that have your salvation in their hands. But hey, that's what y'all want to do. Go ahead and knock yourself out. I'm done with this story. Jerry Falwell Jr. walking around here with his pants open with a woman that ain't even his wife. Who's surprised? Who is surprised? Not me, honey. Especially since that story about the pool boy came out a few years ago. Nothing surprises me in the evangelical Christianity community anymore. Boom. Y'all heard about the well, let me not go out. The white producer justifying Breonna Taylor's killing. The white producer, Tamika Mallory, called him out. This is how the story goes, okay? Tamika Mallory has called out a white music producer who disrespected Breonna Taylor's legacy. His name is J.W. Lucas. Has made a name for himself by producing for rap artists such as Lil Uzi Vert, I don't know who that is. Pop Smoke, I don't know who that is. And The Baby, heard of him, but don't know. If I had to pick him out in the lineup, I couldn't because I don't know what he looked like. I don't mess with this buffoonery. This buffoonery rap. Buffoonery. However, some called him a culture vulture after tweeting about Taylor and the officers who were involved in the shooting that ended her life. And I'm reading this from rollingout.com. So it goes on to say, I guess he said, guys like LeBron demanding for arrest of the officers involved. Wait a minute, I missed something. Let me go ahead. These cops may have been aggressive after being fired on, but they were doing their job. This is what this white rap producer is saying. See, y'all won't get enough of inviting other people to the damn cookout. And excuse my French, but this type of stuff pisses me off. I never liked inviting other people to the cookout, even when I was a little girl. You stay over there on that side of the track, and I stay on this side of the track. That's just how I feel about it. So he said these cops may have been aggressive after being fired on, but we do know that the cops was fired on after they fired into the house, Breonna Taylor's house, which they raided illegally. And the boyfriend who thought somebody was breaking in, he busted back and shot one of them in the leg. He spent time for that. He shouldn't have been in jail. because he was defending his house and his home. Black men do that, we go to jail. Look at the McCloskeys. I did a video on the McCloskeys. They outside waving their guns around at protesters who was going to a house down the street. They weren't even thinking about those two. But they made it their business to come out of their home, their big old mansion, and protect people that's marching past their house. So he goes on to say, why is the world asking for justice for Breonna Taylor? He said, why is the world asking for justice for Breonna Taylor? Of course, she shouldn't have lost her life, but do you realize that she was involved with multiple drug dealers who were using her house as a trap spot? That is a lie. That's a lie. So, Tamika Mallory took aim at Lucas, tweeting, "Stop justifying the murder of a black woman. You have no facts, just gossip. A detective lied to obtain a no-knock warrant. Post office denied. The post office. Oh, my. Okay, wait a minute. Let me go back because I kind of. Okay, she said, the post office denied suspicious packages wherever sent to Breonna, wherever sent to the house, because they try to say that drugs were sent to her house via post office. Is that even possible? Is that even possible? Is it possible to send drugs to someone's house without, getting caught? If it was that easy to send drugs to people's house, everybody would be doing it. Cash out me $20 and I'll send you a dub through the mail. White people stupid. Some white people just stupid. Okay, so he said that Breonna Taylor's house was a trap house. And we all know that his statement was incorrect. According to the Associated Press, officers within the Louisville Police Department miscalculated when they entered Taylor's home during the early morning hours of March 13, 2020, and fired multiple rounds, fatally wounding her. One of them was even shooting through the window. He didn't even come through the door. He just shot through the window. Mallory took aim at Lucas, tweeting, "Stop justifying the murder of a black woman." I read that already, didn't I? You have no facts, just gossip. A detective lied to obtain a no-knock warrant. Post office denies suspicious packages wherever sent. Breonna will get justice and you'll still be a racist with black friends that needs to mind his business. He needs to mind his business like a lot of them do. A lot of white folks need to mind their damn business. Excuse the French again. Mallory has remained on the front lines when it comes to police brutality, voting rights, women's rights, and other forms of injustice for nearly 2 decades. Lucas has yet to present evidence that he fights for black lives beyond producing music for rappers. After the backlash he received, Lucas issued an apology, but the damage was already done. So I just wanted to tell Lucas, we're not accepting apologies here in 2020. You might want to check back in a few more years. Bro. No, you're not my brother. You're not my brother. So I have to go to the next page. I'm waiting for it to load. He tried to apologize. So it says it is terrible. Oh, wait, I read that. Okay, wait. This is his apology. Excuse me. Let me drink some water right quick, y'all. Y'all know how it is. This is his apology. Wait a minute. It is terrible. Breonna lost her life. And as I said earlier, I believe the cops may have mishandled the raid and been aggressive after being fired on. That's not what you said. Lucas tweeted, with that being said, what is the punishment the world is calling for? These men were on the job and have families as well. He continued, if I angered anyone with my tweets regarding the Breonna Taylor case, I do apologize. My intent is to point out the misinformation regarding the case and to bring awareness that this case is being sensationalized for political purposes and to cause confusion during an election. Wow. Here's some responses. Nestle 24K says, regarding J.W. Lucas, I am calling Republic Records Universal to remove my song Bungee Jump from all platforms. I don't want any associations to anyone who can't emphasize with what's going on in the Black community, yet profits from it. You see what I'm saying? This is what we get for inviting people to the cookout. They still profiting off of our backs. Another one said, Noden Nganji said, I just watched the interaction between J.W. Lucas and activist Tamika Mallory. The white man really said I should be a leader in the Black Lives Matter movement because I'm more capable than you. He's the definition of white entitlement, white defensiveness, and white ignorance. Yes. Another one said, don't clear any more of J.W. Lucas beats, period. And then someone says, Tariq Nasheed says, white hip-hop producer J.W. Lucas says, he's more qualified to speak on Black issues than Black people. Affirmative action was a form of reparations for Black people. Trump has done good things for Black people. This is what this J.W. Lucas, the one that y'all invited to the cookout that brought the potato salad with raisins in it. That's who y'all invited to the cookout. This is getting out of hand. It's time for us to start controlling our own narrative and stop inviting other people to the cookout. I'm done with that. J.W. Lucas, you have made my Hall of Fame of people suck for the week. J.W. Lucas, you have made the People Suck Hall of Fame. J.W. Lucas, you are the winner this week of the People Suck Awards. Let's give him a hand. Hand clap for J.W. Lucas. Hand clap for J.W. Lucas. And a hand clap for Jerry Falwell Jr. too. They have been inducted to the People Suck Awards. Another person that sucked that I would like to introduce to the People Suck Awards is Tennessee Senator Katrina Robinson, who was charged after allegedly using $600,000 of grant money for her wedding, her honeymoon, and her divorce. The article in the Griot reads, a Tennessee senator faces criminal charges after allegedly stealing over $600,000 in federal grant funding to pay for personal expenses, including a wedding and a subsequent divorce. 39-year-old Katrina Robinson is federally charged with theft and embezzlement involving government programs and wire fraud, according to the press release. The charges stem from the misuse of funds allocated for the Healthcare Institute, where she served as director. Elected to represent the 33rd District in Shelby County in 2018, Robinson founded the school in 2015, according to its website, with the mission to provide opportunities to improve quality of life for our community through healthcare, career education, and service. So she was awarded a grant to start a school for the community through healthcare, career education, and service. But she did something else with the money. The complaint notes that between 2015 and 2019, the Healthcare Institute received over $2.2 million in federal grants from the Health Resources and Services Administration. And during the time span, the senator overpaid herself. Robinson stole in excess of $600,000 from the Health Institute, compensating herself in excess of what was allowed under the terms of the HRSA grant, and by using Institute funds for payments and purchases for her own personal benefit, that of her immediate family. The missing money was allegedly spent on numerous personal expenses, including a car for her daughter, clothing, accessories, wedding expenses, including the honeymoon, legal fees for the divorce, credit card payments, student loan payments, travel, home improvement, businesses for herself and her children, and campaign events. Boy, the love of money is the root of all evil, I tell you. The New York Times reports the investigation was initiated in 2016 following an anonymous tip that claimed Robinson used $550 of the grant money to buy a Louis Vuitton handbag. Lord have mercy, Jesus. What in the world is going on? Material things. Material things. I'm so glad that I am not a materialistic person. I thank the Most High for my grandmother and for how she raised us. That was one of the first lessons we would talk about, material things. Material things will not get you into heaven. Y'all better start putting y'all heart and facing y'all heart to the Most High Yah, because it's going down. And if anybody that's within the reach of my voice cannot see that something in the air is going on, then you are damn, excuse my French, you are nuts. Back to this article. Protection of the United States Treasury and federal grant programs against theft, fraud, waste, and abuse is a top priority of this office and the Department of Justice. We commend the FBI and the HHS-OIG for their diligence and thorough investigation in this case, says U.S. Attorney D. Michael Donovan, according to the press release. Anyone who seeks to take advantage of government programs will be vigorously investigated by the FBI, regardless of who they are or any position they hold, says Jamaica L. Fomby, acting special agent in charge of the Memphis field office of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Robinson herself has yet to make a public statement. The NYT reports her lawyer, Janika White, noted the charges were not an indictment. She's a fighter, and she's been out here doing what we all want people to do, step up and serve others. Oh, really? Is that what she was doing with the money? Serving others or serving herself and her family? Girl, bye. That's what she's been doing, according to this lawyer. And right now, all she can do is stand on her record and hope that people allow the facts to unfold and allow her story to be told at the appropriate time. Robinson's case will be presented to a federal grand jury to consider an indictment. If convicted of these charges, she faces up to 20 years in federal prison, 3 years supervised release, and a $250,000 fine with no chance of parole. If she did what they say she did, I hope she get all three. I hope she get all of the above. So, I think that's about all the stories that I have for now. Just stay tuned for, more lives coming up. Stay tuned for my BuzzTweet Radio podcast show in the morning from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker.com. We can also be heard on other platforms such as iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Pod Chaser. It's your girl, B Sparrow. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe and comment. Hey, what's wrong with a little commenting? It's your girl, B Sparrow, Buzz Tweet Radio. Holla if you hear me. Hey, this is B Sparrow from Buzz Tweet Radio. Join me every morning from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Spreaker.com. You can also be heard on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer, Podcast Addict, and Podchaser. That's Buzz Tweet Radio with 3 Z's on Spreaker.com. It's your girl, Sparrow. Holla.